And while children typically have milder COVID-19 symptoms compared to adults, the CDC says hospitalization rates are going up.
But those hospitalizations are disproportionately affecting some kids more than others. Sharon Bajenda joins us live now with more on that. Sharon.
Yeah, Jessup and Natalie, health officials say children and minority groups represent more than 80% of all hospitalizations for kids in Milwaukee County.
A lot of people are dealing with that, and it can be very frightening when your kids get sick.
Last week, more than 360 kids 18 and under tested positive in Milwaukee County. Doctors say the biggest difference between COVID-19 in adults and kids is the severity of symptoms.
Kids and adults generally present quite differently, so many children have little to no symptoms of COVID, or if they do have symptoms, they have very mild respiratory symptoms.
Even with milder symptoms, Dr. Frank Zhu says they are seeing significantly more kids testing positive in their outpatient clinics. And oftentimes they're finding COVID-19 positive kids when they come in for other issues.
Most children hospitalized with COVID, many of them aren't being hospitalized for COVID, but are incidentally found to have positive tests for COVID because we screen everyone who's admitted to the hospital.
We've seen hospitalizations from infants to 18-year-olds.
Since the pandemic began in March, 124 kids have been hospitalized in the county. Health officials say hospitalizations are disproportionate in the Black community, which represents half of children hospitalized. Hispanic children represent more than 30%.
And that's something that we've been watching very carefully. Obviously, those disparities by race and ethnicity are things that we see in the general population as well.
The CDC says 1 in 3 children hospitalized with COVID-19 were admitted to the ICU, but doctors say hospital capacity for young patients remains stable.
If you look at, the adult hospitals, which are reaching capacity throughout the country now as COVID is surging, versus the pediatric hospitals, which really we're not seeing that.
I think an end to this, a vaccine will be welcome for families as well.
The number of COVID-19 deaths in Milwaukee County children remain at 0. The CDC advises parents to limit in-person playtime and have children connect virtually instead. Reporting live in Wauwatosa, Sharon Bajenda, CBS 50.